$100 million. Okay, $100 million. Okay, so if I get $50 million after taxes and I throw it in a 5%, 6% return conservatively, I can't spend that. My kids can't spend that. My kids can't spend that.
He's thought about this.
I think about it all the time. So, like, you know, when you're going through your contract, you know, I had a number in my head. When I got that number, I said, I'm good. So I can't
some other linebacker was mad at you? What would you tell him?
No, hell no. They weren't mad at me. They're like, Nico, you can get more. I'm like, I don't need more. I'm good right where I'm at. Like, if I get greedy, I might go play for a team that stinks. Like, everyone has their own number. I don't care what you get guaranteed. If you get your number and I get my number, great. Have a great life. I don't care about the guarantee. If that guy's happy and he signs a $500 million contract and he walks away with $200 million and he's happy and he can have his boats and his cars and his nice house and his kids are good, good
for him.
Like Richard Sherman signed a nice contract. He made good money. Like, okay, like great. Enjoy your contracts and your money. Everyone else has different numbers. That's it.
The thing that for me, Nick, is Rich is smart. One of my friends, good friends here in L.A. Extremely smart, bright. But I'm having a hard time understanding what he's actually talking about because Richard Sherman did his own deal, so he knows how contracts are.
Yeah.
Not only that, when you talk about Kirk Cousins' deal, Max, as you know, Kirk Cousins got a fully guaranteed deal. That sounds sexy, right? Fully guaranteed. That's like, wow. But Kirk Cousins only signed like a 3-year deal.
It's a full contact violent sport. The guarantee means you guarantee really against injury is really what you're doing because the way Key breaks it down, so long as Mahomes doesn't have some career-altering injury, he's likely to see more than the $500 million because they're going to have to keep going back, keep redoing it. But there is something to be said for the fact that it's a violent sport and every play may be your last, right?
Yeah, but when you're going through your contracts and you sign a contract knowing I'm going to make $100 million, I just say 100. Say you're going to make $100 million. If you're good with that, if you never play another snap, you make $100 million. I understand. Oh, you need to get the fully guaranteed based on
can't let someone else dictate that to you.
Like I don't. Okay, if you want to hold out and get a fully guaranteed contract, go do it. I'm cool with making my $100 million guaranteed.
I think Nick wants that $100 million.
I think that's a gamble that Lamar Jackson, because people say, okay, you know, after I've had time to think about it, we'll sit out and see what Joe Burrow gets, see what Jalen Hurts gets. And Key, said it the other day, he thinks Jalen Hurts is going to get, what is that, Key, 180 guaranteed or something like that? And he thinks around that number.
Here's the thing.
But like going back to your original point, like if people feel like, hey, look, 160 is
what if somebody is in your group? You got a guy that you really trust, right? You got a financial guy. He goes, listen, take the money right now. Take your 150. If you stay and you win, we'll double that. We'll make more than that. If you're good and you win, like if you can create a career and a legacy, like for example, Tom, he made less in his career than other players. He made more in the back end. He's making more off the field. Like he's making $375 in the booth. If he didn't have the career, he wouldn't get that. So some guys just keep searching, like, hey, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, I'm going to get as much money as I can. Okay, then they don't have anything to show for it except for just the money. And at the end of the day, when I walk out of this building and I go see people up in New York and in Boston, that 150 or 200 million, I know people that are 9 billion, 5 billion, billionaires. Like that money is real money, right? And if you get in with the right people and you can network yourself, you could take that too. I mean, look at Magic Johnson. Look what Magic Johnson did with his money in his career.
Well, I'm not going to say that 160 guaranteed isn't real money. I mean, it's real money.
I'm saying it's real money in comparison to
Robert Kraft and to the owners and Mark Cuban. Yes,
and to like
there are
businesses.
levels to this. Yes,
like
agreed.
All these owners, okay, they started
like the Walton family. Like, we started
Walmart and what's the Falcons is Home Depot. And Arthur Blank. These dudes are bazillionaires. They understand, okay, we can give you this much. They understand we don't want to go fully guaranteed because it is a contact sport. If we do that for this, then we got to do it for everybody.
Same reason they want the fully guaranteed on the other side.
Exactly.
But the fully guaranteed stuff isn't. It's the money that you get in your first several years of the deal. That's the fully guaranteed, Nick.
Yeah.
That's your money.
I get it. That's
so
your money.
I don't understand why everybody keeps saying fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed. Like if you can get
go shorter like the NBA.
Yes. If you could get a number that you're happy at the end of the day, if you get a number that you look at and you say, I can set myself up, this is plenty, I can make a great life for myself and provide and continue on and make something with this, my number's 50, my number's 10. You know, some guys come from like their number might be 10. Like literally, I need 10 in the bank.
And what is your legacy worth? See,
and
for
what's
me,
your legacy worth?
See, for me, I think legacy is very important. Unless anyone anywhere offers me half a red halfpenny more, then I'm taking that. But other than that, legacy is important.
And
Rob
just a quick thing,
yes.
You know, maybe there was a time where I was going through contract negotiation and I had an opportunity to go to, and I'm not back when I was playing Cincinnati, Cleveland. Like if you went to those places, sure, you might be able to grab more money, but in 2 years, your head coach might be gone, and you're out with the new
career, your quality of life, your future.
I can guarantee you, hey, Nink, when you was playing, I can guarantee you one thing.
What's that?
You wouldn't have 2 Super Bowl rings.
Listen,
exactly.
And you don't, and I wouldn't be sitting here and having you lovely gentlemen ask me questions because if I played for those teams back when I was playing and I had nothing to show for my career, I would just have the cash.
I would just like to point out real quick, we got to get out of here. But
all right, sorry.
But, you know, the Major League Baseball, for example, like the NFL kind of gassed the players. Like you can have your cake and eat it too. Major League Baseball, there's no cap, there's no nothing, there's guaranteed contracts, and you can choose where you want to go, right? The NFL has you thinking it must be a choice because they've done very well in negotiations with the players, and yet this is the reality we're dealing with.
When you talk about Kirk Cousins' deal was a short-term deal. It was short. It was only 3 years, I think, of fully guaranteed money, fully guaranteed on those 3 years. Typically, historically, deals are longer because they're front-loaded with the guaranteed money, and they need to be able to spread them out in year 4, 5, 6, 7 from salary cap purposes to give them some salary cap relief on the back end of the deals. I totally understand what Richard Sherman is saying, but on the $500 million deal, 10-year deal that Patrick Mahomes signed, he got about $150 million of that in the first 3 years. He then could come back if he plays the way he's been playing and get another $200 million over the next 3 years, which he'll probably wind up doing by this summer. Then when you look at the other quarterbacks, for instance, Josh Allen's deal is heavily front-loaded. Those years, if Josh Allen's no good 3 years from now, he ain't going to be on the Bills anyway. When you look at guys that had the power, in my opinion, to really change the landscape of the guaranteed money like a Deshaun Watson, look no further than Russell Wilson. Because Russell Wilson had the Denver Broncos by the you-know-whats. When they made the trade for Russell Wilson, pay attention now, Pat, they gave up a lot to go get him. So they put themselves in a position, they didn't do a pre-draft deal at all whatsoever. And now when you say a pre-trade deal whatsoever, now when you sit there and you say to yourself, pay attention, Pat, Russell Wilson could have went to them and got any amount of money fully guaranteed he wanted to because they had to sign him based on them trading everything away to bring him into Denver. Russell Wilson is the one that missed the mark on the fully guaranteed contracts for quarterbacks. Don't put me on the clock. I need to explain to you because you didn't understand the first time I was trying to explain.
Go ahead, Key. Keep going.
No, I'm done. I just wanted Pat to get that.
Pat, do you understand it now?
I think Pat fell asleep.
Good morning, fellas. What's up? Did I miss anything?
Pat, if you keep this up, you're going to be on desk duty. They're going to take you off the beat.
No, I ain't not desk duty.
All right, great. Someone's making money, I think. I don't know.
Tickets.
A lot of money.
Writing
Great.
tickets. You're going to be writing tickets.
He's going to be writing tickets. He wants to be on Homicide. He's going to be writing tickets pretty soon.
Way to break that down, Key. I heard you.
Well, I know you heard me, and Max heard me. I don't really care if Pat heard me or not. I don't need him in my ear complaining.
All right. What did you get from all that, Pat Costello?
I heard someone made $500 million at one point, and that's about it. And something about Kirk Cousins, maybe? Was he involved? I don't know.
Typical.
Pat did not graduate summa cum laude from Stanford.
But he's a typical sports listener, right? That's what the callers, they be listening, right? Jay, ain't that what you say? They hear what they want to hear?
They hear what they want to hear.
Yeah. So I said all that. All he heard was 500
Kirk Cousins and 500.
Thank you. And then what he'll do is he'll tweet at you.
Oh, this guy's an idiot talking.
Yeah,
Kirk
this guy's
Cousins.
an idiot.
He talking $500 million.
No, he'll say, how can you compare Kirk Cousins to Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, that's the only thing he'll get out of it. Is you said Kirk Cousins is better than Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, that's what he got out of it.
So what you're saying is Kirk Cousins deserved more money than Lamar. Got it.
What? So, Key, the thesis is Kirk Cousins is better than Lamar Jackson. That's what you're trying to tell us.
All right, got it.
Building.
And he's going to be on the Knicks.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.